Hello.
I'm with Anthony Habert, and we are at the top of 8 Moorgate here in London. Glorious views over the city, and we are here to celebrate the launch of the Rémy Martin Coeur De Cognac Summer Fruits Edition.
Very much so.
Anthony, can you tell us what this Summer Fruits Edition is all about?
Well, it's just a celebration of summer, essentially. And Coeur De Cognac is the perfect cognac to have in summer. As we've got it served here, I've got it served with a cube of ice, and the freshness that you get from it really is like biting into a peach. You get some real strong peach notes, nice little pear overtones, and it's actually a really summery cognac. Of course, most people would associate cognac with Christmas or winter time, but this is really meant for summer, and as such, the Summer Fruits gift pack, which is very limited supply, has been developed really as a celebration of summer. It's beautiful.
Because, I mean, we don't want to mislead people. There's no kind of summer fruits flavour to the cognac.
No. Other than the cognac itself has been specifically distilled and blended in such a way that it's very fruit forward. Like a New World wine is designed specifically to be very fruit forward, accentuating all the fruit notes. What's happened with Coeur De Cognac is a lot of these spice notes and wood notes have been, how shall I say, supplanted by fruit notes. So more peach, more apricot, more pear, a touch of lavender maybe. But it still has that Rémy Martin trademark floral flair.
Great,
so it's a gorgeous product.
Great pronunciation of.
Oh well,
So I mean, how does Coeur position itself against the other Rémy products?
Essentially, it's completely different. So its target market is really premium wine drinkers and premium spirit drinkers, not necessarily cognac drinkers. I think the style itself lends itself to a broader audience. Whereas VSOP, the definitive VSOP, is very much the cognac aficionado's VSOP of choice and the #1 VSOP in the world and the UK. And XO is very much more of a complex, beautiful, supple blend, which is just great length. It's very much more a sit down, relax, and an all-consuming experience. Coeur De Cognac is a fresher approach, a kind of a more everyday cognac, if you will, but there's a lot of skill that's gone in behind this. So there is a lot of complexity that maybe its fruit forwardness often belies a little. So.
Okay. And how is it performing in the UK?
Fantastically. Rémy Martin took the bold step of launching it really with us in the off-trade. And so it can often be found within the multiple grocers, but it's also well loved in the on-trade, particularly the HoReCa, the hotels, restaurants and catering side of things, because it's the most beautiful packaging, the most sensuous bottle. It's very much cross-gender appeal with this cognac, and as is the liquid itself is very cross-gender. You
mentioned cross-gender appeal. Rémy is quite different to other cognac houses in that respect, isn't it? It has a fair old female proportion of drinkers, doesn't it?
Absolutely. In fact, 40% of all Rémy Martin drinkers are female, which is one of the strongest female drinker proportion of any cognac brand. But it's also a reflection of the fact that Rémy Martin has been a very innovative cognac house since its inception in 1724. It was the first house to actually bottle a cognac in Louis XIII, a long time ago. It's the first house to have developed the VSOP genre. So this is just a further step in its innovation and looking towards how cognac can be consumed and the pure pleasure and enjoyment that people can get from it.
Okay. Now, let's not kid ourselves. Britain isn't exactly cognac's best market right now, but we're finding that sales in Asia in particular are rocketing and really driving the category.
Yeah, very much.
I mean, how far do you see that trend continuing? How far can Asia Pacific go?
I mean, the appetite for cognac in China in particular is just enormous, and it's very much a status symbol in China as well. So I think that will continue as long as the Chinese economy continues, and I think that's set to continue for a long, long time. Although, I have to tell you that the British cognac market is the biggest in Europe, and it's bigger than France. So our sales of VSOP are twice that of the French market, and it's the #1 VSOP in France as well. So the largest brandy market full stop is the United States still. But China really is very, very dominant, particularly with high-end cognac.
How disappointing is it that domestically cognac seems to be on a wane?
Well, when you say cognac's on a wane, it's only something like -2%. And what we tend to find is the higher styles doing very, very well. So if you look at our sales, they're actually very good. In fact, we're plus 11% on VSOP at the moment. We're plus something exponential on Coeur De Cognac. Mind you, it's off a small base, but it's still a great success story for us. Where the rub is with VS, and consumers at this point are having to make a choice. Do they make an everyday purchase now of something like a French grape brandy, like 3 barrels, and actually trade down from VS? Or do they actually invest a bit more and savour in something more, but have it less often? And that's why we see VSOP in cognac really booming, and VS is what's driving the decline. VSOP is what's stabilising it.
Interesting. Well, we'll be watching the market dynamics, of course, with interest over the coming years. So, just briefly, where can people find these gift packs for the Summer Fruits edition?
Essentially, just Selfridges, Harrods, and Fortnum and Mason.
Okay. And how much does it retail for?
Around £99.
£99. Excellent stuff. Anthony, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Cheers.